Have you ever found yourself planning, that dream trip to paradise, only to find out that staying right there is way more expensive or maybe less flexible than you thought?
Yeah.
What if there was a smarter way to experience it? And maybe for property hosts listening, a surprising strategy to actually profit from it, one that most people are completely missing.
Yeah.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into exactly that. We're exploring something we're calling the Thassos Gateway Effect. It's basically a strategic approach showing how savvy property hosts are using a unique geographical advantage up in northern Greece.
That's precisely it. We're going to look at a new kind of travel and hosting strategy. It really challenges the usual thinking around popular tourist spots.
Right.
And this whole dynamic is laid out really well in our source material from Planbnb. They're a top travel analytics platform, and their insights often reshape how we see these things.
So our mission today is to unpack why travelers seem to be picking Kavala more often now over Thassos as their sort of main base camp. And crucially, how this quiet shift is opening up a pretty big opportunity for hosts to, really boost their earnings.
And understanding this, it can offer some pretty profound insights, maybe into bigger market shifts or smarter ways to invest in property.
Or even just planning a better trip.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or just, smarter, maybe more fulfilling travel planning for your own next adventure. It's about seeing value, seeing opportunity, where others might just see, a map.
Okay, so to really get the scale of this, let's look at this striking contrast our source material highlights. It's kind of an aha moment, this 95 euro versus 180 euro reality check.
Right.
Picture this. Tourists usually pay maybe 180 euros a night, sometimes more, to stay right on Thassos Island.
Which sounds like the obvious thing to do.
It does. But these savvy travelers are finding out they can stay in Kavala, this vibrant city on the mainland, for maybe 65 to 95 a night. Quite a difference.
A huge difference.
But here's the kicker, the thing that makes this strategy so interesting. These guests staying in Kavala, they can still get to Thassos' famous marble beach in just 35 minutes.
Yeah, using the ferry from nearby Karamoti.
Exactly. So when you save all that money on the room, but keep that super easy access to the main attraction, it really changes the game, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And the real insight here, the thing Planbnb points out, is this golden opportunity that, frankly, most hosts on Thassos itself seem to be missing. It becomes clear that visitors, they don't necessarily want to be stuck only on the island for their whole trip. Maybe not for 7 or 10 days straight.
Right. They want options.
They want flexibility, a base that lets them explore not just the island, but the history, the landscapes of northern Greece more broadly. And Kavala is just perfectly positioned for that. It's becoming their go-to base camp.
That makes perfect sense, especially when you think about what our source calls island fatigue. You know that feeling? You're on a beautiful island, but after a few days, especially maybe during those really busy months, like May, June, September on Thassos,
Yeah.
you start wanting a bit more variety.
Exactly. A change of pace, maybe some different scenery beyond just the beach, maybe some city life.
Yeah.
And this is precisely where Kavala shines. It directly counters that potential island fatigue.
Yeah.
If you map out a typical guest stay, it might look like this. Days 1 to 3, sure, hit the classic Thassos beaches, definitely Marble Beach.
That's the must-dos.
The must-dos. But then, days 4 and 5, they shift gears. Explore Kavala's old town, the historical sites, the markets, that authentic mainland vibe. And then maybe days 6 and 7, they could even do day trips further afield. Thessaloniki's not far, or there's spots in northern Greece. Kavala makes all that possible from one spot.
And it really can, I suppose, given Kavala's size. It's one of the biggest cities up there after Thessaloniki, right?
It is, which makes it super practical for exploring off the island. All those mainland trips suddenly become really easy to manage.
Okay, so the logic feels right. But do the numbers actually back this up for hosts?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The numbers clearly show this gateway strategy works.
Yeah.
If we compare what Planbnb calls the Thassos Island accommodation reality with the Kavala gateway strategy results, the difference is pretty stark from a host's viewpoint.
Okay, walk us through that. What are the key differences? What do those numbers actually tell a host?
Okay, so for a host on Thassos, the average nightly rate looks good, maybe 120, 180 in peak season.
Sounds great on paper.
Right. But that income is really squeezed into a short window. You're often looking at only 4 or 5 months of solid bookings.
The seasonality issue.
Big time. Plus, guests staying on the island, they still have costs like ferry tickets to get back and forth to the mainland, maybe 15, 20 per person each way sometimes, and their activities are pretty much limited to the island.
Right.
Now, flip that. Look at the Kavala Gateway strategy. Hosts there might average $65.95 a night. Lower rate, yes. But the game changer is the season length. We're talking 7-8 months of pretty steady bookings, much more stable.
Wow, okay.
And Kavala offers access to multiple attractions, not just the island. Guests have options for ferries. The direct Kavala one, 75 minutes to Scalaprinos, or that faster Karamoti route, just 35 minutes to Lemenis. More choice.
So it sounds like it's not just about saving guests money, it's a strategic advantage in the whole guest experience, which then translates into better business for the host.
Exactly.
How do those numbers, like the lower rate but longer season, actually translate into tangible benefits beyond just the rate itself?
Great question. Because it's not just about the nightly rate. The data clearly shows hosts in Kavala are getting longer average stays. Think 5-7 nights typically, compared to maybe 2-3 nights on the island.
Ah, okay.
So even with a lower nightly rate, the total booking value per guest stay ends up being significantly higher.
That makes sense. Less turnover too, I guess.
Precisely. Reduced turnover costs less cleaning, less management hassle between guests, and maybe the biggest thing, they tap into year-round bookings. Business travelers, mainland tourists visiting Kavala itself, that's huge for sustainable income.
Okay, building on that flexibility aspect, leveraging the ferry schedules seems key. Our source mentions 2 main routes. Which one do guests usually lean towards?
Yeah, guests definitely overwhelmingly prefer the Karamoti route, and it's easy to see why.
Faster.
Much faster.
Yeah.
Only 35 minutes to Lemenis, the main town on Thassos. The ferries run more often, they're cheaper, and obviously it's a shorter trip.
Okay.
The key thing for hosts to know is that Karamoti Port is about a 45-minute drive from Kavala city center. So there's that little bit of travel involved.
All right. And the other option?
The other is the direct Kavala route. That one takes about 75 minutes, goes to a different port on Thassos called Scalaprinos. It runs maybe 3-4 times a day in summer, but the convenience is it leaves right from Kavala Port, often walking distance from the city center accommodations.
Gotcha. So the smart host strategy isn't really about pushing one ferry over the other.
No, not at all.
It's about being the local expert, offering both options, giving clear directions, maybe even timing recommendations based on what the guest wants to do that day.
Exactly that. You become part of the solution, part of their planning. It adds real value beyond just the room.
So who are these travelers embracing this? It can't be everyone. Are there specific types of guests?
That's a really important point. Our analysis identifies 3 pretty distinct guest segments who really love this gateway strategy, each for slightly different reasons.
Okay.
First, you've got the best of both worlds travelers. Think couples, maybe, who want that gorgeous island paradise experience, plus some real cultural immersion.
Right, not just beaches.
Not just beaches. They tend to stay a bit longer, maybe 6-8 nights, and they're often happy to spend on premium things, good local food, guided tours. Kavala works perfectly for them. History, authentic Greek life, and super easy Thassos access.
Okay, makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
What about the more adventurous types?
Yep. Segment 2, the island hopping enthusiasts. These are the explorers, the ones maybe doing a bigger trip around northern Greece.
Got it.
Their stays might be a bit shorter, maybe 4-6 nights in Kavala, but their spending is focused on, day trips, ferry tickets, maybe a rental car. Kavala's central spot is ideal for hitting multiple destinations.
Right, it's their launch pad. And the third group, maybe families.
Exactly. Segment 3 is the practical paradise families. They want those beautiful beaches, the fun in the sun for the kids, but maybe without feeling quite so isolated on an island for a long stretch.
Convenience is key.
Huge. They often stay the longest, maybe 7-10 nights. They appreciate mainland conveniences, bigger supermarkets, more amenities. They value easy access to different beaches, maybe some city stuff too. And these are often the guests who come back year after year. Kavala just offers that practical mix.
That's a really diverse mix of guests. So for hosts thinking, okay, I want to attract these people, our source points to 3 specific property types in Kavala that really thrive with this strategy. They almost print money if set up right.
They really can. The first type is what we call the ferry walker. Simple concept. Properties within, say, a 15-minute walk of Kavala's main ferry port.
Ah, for the direct ferry.
Exactly. The big advantage for guests. No car needed if they plan to use that direct Thassos ferry. Hosts can often charge a bit of a premium here, maybe 20-30% above standard Kavala rates.
And the target, yes?
Usually car-free travelers, couples, maybe people on shorter trips who just want maximum convenience for that direct route.
Okay, type 2.
Type 2 is the Karamoti strategist. Now, these properties aren't right in the center, nor right at Karamoti. They're strategically located somewhere between Kavala's city center and Karamoti port.
Ah, splitting the difference.
Precisely. The guest advantage is huge. Quick driving access to both the mainland attractions and that fastest, most popular Thassos ferry route from Karamoti.
Clever. Pricing.
Pricing strategy here is often about competitive rates, but aiming for super high occupancy because they appeal to so many families, longer stay guests, those repeat visitors who know the drill and value that balance.
Makes sense. And the third type?
Third is the Northern Greece base. These are typically properties right in central Kavala, but crucially, often with parking and easy access to all the city amenities.
So the road trippers.
Exactly. Their advantage is being the perfect hub for exploring multiple destinations across northern Greece by car. These can command premium rates because of the convenience, the location, targeting road trippers, maybe even leisure travelers, mixing business in Kavala with wider exploration.
Okay, so you've got the right property, you know who you're targeting, but how do you actually tell them? How do you market this effectively? Getting the messaging right seems crucial.
It's absolutely critical. You need messages that really connect the dots for potential guests. Our source outlines 3 really powerful angles.
Let's hear them.
First, the Paradise Access angle. This is direct and benefit-driven. An example message could be, stay in authentic Kavala and reach Thassos' famous marble beach in just 35 minutes. Experience the best of Greek island life and mainland culture from one perfect spot. See, it links the desire, paradise, with the solution, Kavala plus easy access.
Clear and compelling. Okay, angle 2.
Angle 2 is the smart money positioning. This hits the value aspect hard, like, why pay island prices? Stay in vibrant Kavala, explore Thassos whenever you want. Our guests save up to 40% on accommodation and unlock unlimited northern Greece adventures. It quantifies the saving and highlights the bonus exploration.
Very direct. Appeals to the practical side.
And the third.
Third is the local insider strategy. This taps into that desire for authenticity. Maybe something like, our Kavala location gives you insider access to Thassos Paradise, yes, but also to real northern Greek experiences that island-only tourists completely miss. It positions the stay as richer, deeper. Those are great. They really capture the different facets of the appeal. Now, how does seasonality play into this for a host? You mentioned the longer season, but do you adjust the strategy?
Oh, absolutely. A smart seasonal strategy is key to maximizing revenue throughout that longer period. You adapt your pricing and your marketing focus.
Oh, so?
Okay, think about May, June, and then again in September. Thassos is gorgeous then, maybe less crowded than peak summer. So you use premium Thassos gateway pricing, maybe $95, $120 a night.
Right.
Your marketing really hammers the easy island access and the perfect weather. The guest experience is all about beach days on Thassos, maybe combined with lovely cultural evenings back in Kavala.
Okay, and then peak summer, July, August.
Peak summer, you push for maximum gateway rates, maybe 110, 140 years a night. But the marketing angle might shift slightly. Focus on beat the island crowds, maybe highlight mainland options for cooling off if Thassos gets too intense.
Smart, suggesting early morning Thassos trips.
Exactly, early trips to Thassos, then relaxing afternoons back in Kavala. You manage expectations and offer solutions.
And the rest of the year, October to April.
That's the mainland season. Here, you switch to competitive mainland rates, maybe $45, $75 a night. Much lower, but you're tapping into a different market.
Business travelers? City breaks?
Precisely. Marketing focuses on authentic Greek life, business convenience, cultural tourism in Kavala itself. You cater to guests looking for city breaks, local experiences. This diversification is what keeps occupancy up year-round.
This whole strategy sounds incredibly effective, but is the underlying infrastructure reliable? Like, are those ferries dependable? Is this just a temporary thing?
That's a really valid question, and actually the strength of the infrastructure is a major plus here. It's not a fleeting trend built on shaky ground.
Okay.
Take the Kavala Maritime Company, for example. They've been running these ferry routes between Thassos and the mainland ports Kavala and Karamoti for over 40 years.
40 years, wow.
It's a long-established, incredibly reliable service. Routes run daily, almost every hour in high season. There's deep local expertise there.
So it's not some new opportunistic service.
Not at all. This reliability really underpins the whole opportunity. It means hosts can confidently market this access, and it's all happening alongside growing tourism interest in northern Greece generally. Thassos staying popular, Kavala itself developing as a tourism hub. It all feeds into why this strategy has legs.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening? The Thassos gateway effect It seems like it's more than just a smart marketing trick.
Oh, definitely.
It feels like a fundamental shift, really, in how smart travelers are choosing to experience northern Greece, and just as importantly, how smart hosts can build sustainable wealth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's just quickly recap those core benefits for hosts. You're looking at longer average stays, which means higher total booking values per guest.
Right.
You get year-round appeal, smoothing out that harsh seasonality. You attract a wider range of guests, reducing your risk. You gain a real competitive edge, often leading to better occupancy. You can position yourself authentically, which supports premium pricing. And you build potential for repeat visits. It's powerful stuff. The reality check is pretty simple, isn't it? Thassos is always going to be paradise. But visitors, even to paradise, increasingly want variety. They want convenience, and they want value. Kavala hosts who really lean into this, who understand this dynamic, they're the ones building businesses that last.
There's a great line from the source material that sums it up. The ferry ride to Thassos is 35 minutes. The competitive advantage for Kavala hosts who get this strategy right, that lasts for years.
It's spot on. Which leads to maybe a final thought for everyone listening.
Go on.
Beyond northern Greece, how could this gateway idea, where being near a prime spot unlocks value in a less obvious base, apply elsewhere? Other travel markets, real estate plays, maybe even just how you think about strategy in your own life.
Interesting.
What other kinds of fatigue factors, like island fatigue, might be out there creating similar hidden opportunities, just waiting for someone to connect the dots?